Okay, today I'm going to show you how to replace the springs on the CycloMop. If you have a foot pedal that is not returning back up, where basically you step on it and it stays down, or you know that your spring is broke, I'm going to show you how to replace that today. It's very simple and very easy. We're going to remove the foot pedal mechanism. So you're going to basically turn it over. We're going to take out a total of 4 screws here and then 6 screws on this foot pedal mechanism. Do not take out these 2 center screws and do not take out these 3. So 6 and 4. Go ahead. The best way to do that is with the cordless drill. Go ahead and pop them out. Go ahead and set them aside as you will need them to reassemble. Sometimes that one my fingers cannot grab. Okay, I do not want you to lift this straight out. Go ahead and put the bucket on its side, and I want you to pull this off the shaft. Just loosen it up and then flip the bucket over, and at the same time hold it and just push on that foot pedal mechanism and take the bucket off. All we did was take it off the 2 metal shafts. Go ahead and set the bucket aside. You do not need that for the repair. After you take it off, you can see the foot pedal mechanism. I can see the springs are broken here. Those are the parts we're going to replace. Go ahead and take the gear mechanism here and set it aside. And this is where we're going to focus on. On this foot pedal mechanism, we basically have to take this bolt out. Easiest way again is your cordless drill. Go ahead and back it out. It will loosen up the lock nut on this side. So there is a lock nut right here. You'll take that out. It fits very specific in there. And then all we're going to do is push that bolt through. So I'm going to push it through. I use a number 1 Phillips head to push it, back it out, and undo it. If it gets stuck, just grab your drill and drill it all the way out. Set that aside as we'll reassemble that. Now when you go ahead and take that out, that now releases this whole part. As you can see, the springs are broke, and there is no way for it to return. Do not worry, this piece can move back and forth. It will not hurt it, and this goes up and down. So we're going to send you a package of replacement springs if this part has been broken. Understand that there's a left and right spring to this. Nothing's marked on the spring. You're just going to have to look at it and see which side is which. For example, I know this is the right side because what happens, this is going to go on the spring, and this part is going to go right here on this part of the base. If I were to use the other part and put it on and go to put it on there, it will not line up properly or do it correctly. So go ahead, once you figure out your left and your right spring, the best way to put them on is just like this. And as you can see, so you can get a picture so it looks that way. So that way as I lift these up, and I'm going to, whoop, see, do it again. Put this up here. As I lift these up, I'm going to line up the part with the holes. I'm going to insert the bolt. Again, remember it's a certain direction that the bolt goes in. It goes in this side. And I'm going to line up the holes. The reason I know it goes to that side because again, this side, the lock nut goes right inside there. I'm going to hold that in place with my finger. Go ahead and tighten the screw back up. And just get it nice and snug. You can take a screwdriver, maybe give a little another nudge on it. Now the spring is still not done. It still does not return up properly. This is the next step in installing the spring. You're just going to take your finger and you're going to bend that spring out and push down until it clips and goes down and under that part. Just like that. Again, I'll show you on this side, same way. I'm going to take this, I'm going to push it down, release it, just like that. That is how the foot pedal, you can now test it, push on it, you see that it just returns right back up. Now I'm going to show you how to reassemble it. Go ahead and get rid of the broken springs. Take the next gear mechanism assembly, slide it right on. Do not worry about if you put it on too far or too tight, just slide it up there right now. Next is to grab your bucket. All we're going to worry about is the larger shaft right here, this section where the foot pedal assembly goes, and putting it in this hole. So just line that up, drop it right on. Next thing again, turn it on its side, just like we took it apart. Now we're going to line up this shaft with the hole that it goes in that gear. So I'm just going to move it. You can move this back and forth, just do not pull all the way off, and put it on that gear and get it started. Once it's started, flip the bucket back over and then just gently tap them down. We're putting those gears back on the shaft. At this point, you can see your screw holes should line up correctly. If they don't, take it back off and redo it again until they line up. Then grab your screws and go ahead and put it back together. Now remember, if you're using a power drill, make sure you don't strip out the screws or over tighten them. They are plastic threads that these stainless steel screws go into. You can always do a quick check by putting a couple of the screws in to hold the foot pedal mechanism in place. I just put 2 in on each side. I can go ahead now, make sure that it spins properly and returns. Everything is working correctly. It is also, check inside the bucket. Notice how it's moving the black part. Everything is moving correctly. So I know it's together right. I can go ahead and finish installing the rest of the screws. If you have any questions about this or any problems, please give us a call here at the office at 419-525-1010. We'll be glad to help you out, or if you think there's another part that's broken, contact us. We'll help you out. Thank you.